Yeah.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, people.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back. We didn't meet yesterday because it was Mother's Day, and I mean, people were busy. And you were in town, and you flew back home, and then all kinds of craziness. So,
There's a lot going on this weekend, but we're back. Today's episode is breaking down the side hustle.
yes, we actually have like a real plan and like stuff to talk about. We're not gonna ramble.
No. So the side hustle, for those of you who don't know, is something that you do in addition to your main job to make extra money. It could be multiple things. It could be one thing. I have a couple of side hustles. I know you have some side hustles. I'm really good at finding side hustles because I like money. And I like to find ways to make money that don't overextend me. Um, what is that? That's
No,
what it is.
I can just imagine you as a little kid, like, I like money.
Yes, I still count money like when I was a little kid. When I find bills. Yes, when I find bills, I have to stop and count them like I like money. I like to be able to buy things. I like to be able to have my own. Not that I covet it, but it's a nice accessory to life, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yes, I get it.
Yeah.
I was doing one of my side hustles just today.
What is
So.
there? Which one?
Well, my main part-time job.
We're so Caribbean. That's the thing. Like it's such a Caribbean thing
My
too.
main part-time job is that I teach a course at Framingham State, and of course, my final was on Monday, last Monday, and I turned in my grades on Sunday morning, so I am officially done. But I have like one paycheck left, and I found out recently after someone was like, "Oh, maybe you should look into filing for unemployment just in case, because you know sometimes teachers could do it." So I
Oh,
looked it up, and you can't do that in the state of Massachusetts because technically I'm employed in the fall. So I was like, okay, whatever. I just wanted to know, you know. So I have a few side hustles. One of them is TaskRabbit, which the easiest way to describe TaskRabbit is that it's doing odd jobs for people or a very cheap way for someone to have a personal assistant. So the majority of the jobs that I do, because of my preference, is I do a lot. I've done a lot of deliveries. I'm now getting into computer tech testing. So today I went into a tech office for a group that has a iPhone or smartphone app, and they were looking for people to test them and tell them, like, is this user friendly? So I did that for 30 minutes, and I got the app for free, which included a $20 app of a 7-day yoga course on my phone, so I can now do yoga whenever I want. They gave it to me for free, and then they also paid me too. So that was really cool, and it's all quick things. So if you're in the area, you can pick things up and do things for people. Or last week, I picked up some guy's suitcase that he left at a friend's house and dropped it off at his apartment because he didn't have time to do it. And I got paid $16 an hour for that. And then tomorrow, I just picked up a really quick one. I'm actually going to be picking up some small boxes from someone's house in Waltham at 7 a.m. and driving it to downtown Boston, and I'll be getting $40 an hour. So if you can imagine, if I'm driving at that time and I hit traffic, cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. And I recently found out, because now TaskRabbit also gives you a weekly summary. So they'll tell you how many tasks did you do in the week, and they'll also tell you how many tasks other TaskRabbits in your area did in that week. So you see where you stand, and you also see how much money people are making. So I saw on my one from Sunday that somebody in my area did about 10, either 10 or 15 tasks, but they made $1,000 in a week.
yeah. That's the side hustle.
$1,000 in the week, and I don't know what that person was doing, but I would like to make $1,000 a week. That'd be awesome. And since I have so much free time and a car, it helps. The only thing that I won't do is clean other people's houses, so that might be a bit of an issue. So I don't have an SUV and I don't clean people's houses. So those are the only two things that kind of take me out of the complete TaskRabbit loop. But it depends on what the cleaning is. I will clean someone's house if it's like an empty like apartment that they want to be cleaned for the next tenant. as long as that previous tenant wasn't like nasty.
Yeah, my main thing right now is tutoring. Like I have my full-time job. I tutor on the side. That pays working with a company that pays $40 an hour. So if I do 2 jobs a week, that's $80 extra for 1 week. For the month, that's 80 times 4. That's $320. I put the down payment on our photographer with 1 month of tutoring. I just
Wow.
I did 3 a week and made like 500 something odd dollars. Yeah, they deposit it right into you. If I tutor independently, my rate depends, either $60 to $80 an hour. But I like working with a company because they find the clients for you, and I don't have to go out and find them. They just send me it and say, hey, do you want to work with this person? Are you available? And I say yes or no. And I got a job and I got some money. Also, TaskRabbit, they don't have TaskRabbit in all cities, so you have to check the site to make sure that your city has it. Like they have it in Boston, but they don't have it in DC right now.
Yeah. It's still a startup. So if you're in a major city, except for Washington D.C., you're most likely to have a TaskRabbit. So New York, Boston, L.A. I don't know about I think maybe Atlanta too, but maybe Chicago. I haven't really checked, but I know at least in Boston it's available, and they cover the entire Boston area as far as people want to travel for stuff. Because you can post a task and someone could just refuse to do it, or no one wants to do it because the pay is too low or it's just too ridiculous. So.
Yeah. The whole thing with the side hustle is giving you freedom and independence to make money the way that you want to make it and have extra money to do what you want to do so that you're not tied to your full-time job. So if for some reason your full-time job is not working out or you're not really happy there, you would be okay leaving that. So another side hustle, real estate. You can always make money with that because people always need some place to live. Hey, look, you laugh. I'm
not laughing. I'm saying that you should at least also preface that you actually have to like pass a real estate exam. You can't be like Melissa Ford talk about she a real estate agent and she broke and we never seen her sell nothing. So.
No, you actually, to be a real estate agent, you need to study, you need to take the tests. A lot of real estate agencies have the classes on site, and you can probably get them done in less than a month. Sometimes if you speed through it, 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Then you have to pay for those, and then you pay to take your exam, then you get licensed. And there's a difference between being a real estate agent and a real estate broker. A real estate broker is one that can have people under them, but it's easier to just be an agent if you have a full-time job. You can always have money coming in, and it depends on what kind of real estate you specialize in, whether it's residential, high-end residential, commercial. Commercial is where the money is. I digress. That's one. Another one, what was that site I sent you where you can like create your own classes? I can't remember. It's Do Something. But there's a site out there, and I'll probably remember it in like 30 minutes. And let's say that you really like fitness, and you work out a lot, and your friends have been asking you, like, hey, can you, like, train me, whatever? You can create a class and make it, like, $20 per person to meet.
Oh, yeah. Although I don't think I ever looked that up. So.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the site. I did look it up. I almost started one. And you can set it up for once or a couple of times a week or a couple of times a month. Invite your friends. They send the money to you electronically. It goes to your bank account. And 5 people show up, that's $100 for one little 30-minute boot camp. Or whatever you do, whether it's painting, pottery, cooking, any kind of class that you want to create something that you're good at. And your side hustle should always lend themselves to your talents. You shouldn't be going out of your way to try and create a new, money that's going to be difficult for you and make you more stressed out. Like, I already teach, so tutoring was easy. My parents have experience with real estate, so I've watched that, so real estate is not a stretch for me. Yeah,
I mean, the main thing is just doing things that you don't mind doing with your extra time. So I've been, since the end of the semester came around, so the beginning of this month, maybe end of April, I've been doing various things around the house to make money, and I will post the link on this video because I already made a video about 5 ways to make money from spring cleaning, and I highly suggest that you check it out. And some of the 5 ways are part of side hustles. So a few of them would be if you have a bunch of books or small items in your house, particularly if you've been a student for a long time, like we have. When you're a grad student, you accumulate a lot of books. When you're an academic, you accumulate a lot of books, and sometimes they're given to you. Sometimes you only read it once. Sometimes you read one chapter of it, and you only, lightly, underlined it. And you can sell these books. Everyone buys books from Amazon used, and you can just go ahead and sell them directly.
Hold on.
I know I'm just going to keep talking because it's going to be blank. So that's a great way of doing it. So you can become an Amazon seller. I started selling some of my books through Amazon, and I've made, I think, at least $100-something. But now I've also started selling video games, which I got from my brother, who had all these different game systems. So he had a PlayStation 3, and now he has an Xbox. So I've been selling all of his PlayStation 3 games because he no longer has the PlayStation 3 because he sold it. So that's been generating a lot of money. So I had a lot of the extra accessories too. So I sold a Guitar Hero guitar and the Guitar Hero the game, and I also have a wireless controller that I'm selling. So all these things add up when if you are looking for different things. You can also, if you're the kind of person that likes to do a lot of shopping, and then you find out that there's a dress that you really wanted to wear, and then 5 years, or not 5 years, that's a long time, but a year later you still can't fit into that dress, or maybe you lost a lot of weight and then you can't wear something that you only wore once. You can always sell it on consignment to places like ThredUp, and that's an extra way to make money. And there's also, of course, always Craigslist to sell stuff, which I also use. And if you're really artsy and know how to make things, you can start an Etsy account and sell things directly to people. So I've been trying to learn how to make jewelry so I can start an Etsy account, but I think I might be stretching myself very far, but I have a lot of interest, and I just want to see what sticks. So there's quite a few things that you can do. Also, one last one that I have been looking into. You're laughing at me, but there's one more that I've been looking into, and I was going to make a video about it for my own channel, which is looking into being a Lyft driver. So Lyft is a car-sharing program where a Lyft driver... Huh?
I know what that is, yeah.
L-Y-F-T, people.
Lyft. The mustache.
Like, for example, if I know I have a car and Aisha doesn't have a car, and she's like, hey, I need someone to drive me from my house to the airport, and I'm like, oh, I live, 10 minutes away from you, I can do that, and she says, okay, I'll pay you $40 to drive me to the airport. That's what a Lyft driver pretty much does. You sign up, they completely look into your driving record, so you're not driving with somebody who has, has lots of accidents on their record. And it's all on the app, so they don't pay you directly with money. The money comes electronically through the Lyft system, and you can do as many as you want, pick up as many people as you want, go as far as you want. You make up your own hours. So if you are someone that seems to travel a lot, or you live in an area, so for example, a good example is in the Boston area. A lot of people in the Cambridge area don't have cars, so if you live someplace close to them, that's a great resource for you to be a Lyft driver, because they're always looking for someone to bring them somewhere, because they don't have cars and everyone else kind of has cars. So I'm looking into that to see if maybe I might want to be a Lyft driver, but I'm kind of wary of having strangers in my car. So
it'd be weird.
It'd be weird, but I would start off slow. But my fear is that I have to talk to these people when they're in my car, and that's kind of uncomfortable. So yeah, we'll see how that works out, but that's one thing I'm considering. And then at the same time, I'm using TaskRabbit to see if I can start a professional organizing business. So I've been trying to pick up a lot of professional organizing stuff. I've been recording, doing professional organizing for my mother, and then I'm going to do a huge project at my dad's house. So all of that's going to be recorded, and I'm hoping to make enough money with my TaskRabbit jobs to actually buy a better camcorder. So.
And for me.
Yeah, and Aisha too.
Thank you. Jeez. Hey, I saw that. Yeah, so the side hustle is, I feel like I'm a Caribbean plate spinner sometimes because I'm doing like 50 million things. The most jobs that I've had at once are 4, like part-time jobs. But right now I just have 2, but I'm about to have 3. And I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Yeah, the most I've had is 3.
I've had 4, and it's a lot, but it keeps you moving, it keeps you active, it keeps your brain engaged, and you feel like you're actually like utilizing your intellect sometimes. Like,
only if they don't conflict too much and make you go crazy. So don't ever feel like you have to overburden yourself. But I think this topic is actually very relevant because I was looking through Redbook magazine, the latest issue of Redbook, and they actually have an article about how to have different side hustles. And there's one woman that actually has 8 side hustles. So it's quite possible to do different side hustles and be able to even quit your full-time job and turn one of those into your full-time gig, or find a way to just live off of doing these different side hustles. So that's always been something that's been very has been rising among people now that we're in this new world where a lot of the jobs that we had before are starting to be the people are being replaced by machines. So we're living in a digital world, and everyone has to find different ways to make money. Why are you making that ugly face?
Because this dog, I'm watching him, and like he was sleeping and now he's awake and he acts like he wants to go outside and do something, but he's just kind of wandering around like he's just fucking with me. Like, nah, you ain't gonna finish that video, bitch. I'm gonna walk over to this.
Fine. We can keep this video nice and short. People like short videos, so no.
But yeah, he
yeah, exactly. So we might as well just keep this short because you're gonna be doing that for the rest of the time, and that's really jarring for the viewer.
Sorry. Sit down.
Because you're a blur right now. You're a real blur.
Okay. I told him to sit down. The major thing with side hustles is that you make sure that it plays to your strengths. It shouldn't be overextending you, but you can turn it into something full-time. And the main thing, for me at least, it's about freedom. Like, I want to be able to create my own schedule. I don't want to have a boss. I don't want to work for people. And in this new world that you're talking about, you really have to be creative about how you go about making your living your life, you know?
Yeah.
You can get money, you get paid to travel. Like, you just have to be creative, you know? Find your niche.
I'm trying to get one of them jobs.
Look, travel bloggers.
I know. I'm looking into all kinds of things to expand my brand, and so I've learned a lot. My YouTube channel is growing, and I'm still waiting for my next paycheck from YouTube. So that's also, if you have a passion about something, and you get a following, you can also try to start your own YouTube show. You never know where it might lead. You might be Michelle Phan and end up with a cosmetics deal. So
exactly. Everything is, the sky is the limit now, and you'd be surprised what you can get and what you can do. I'm going to punch this dog in the face. All right.
Yes.
Let's end
what you can do. I think this is a good place to end because you're going to punch that dog, and then people are going to come after you and call you Michael Vick. So,
what he's doing? He's insane.
Yeah, exactly. So, if you have any questions about different side hustles, or you have a comment, please let us know. Share this with your friends. Subscribe, and like it, dislike it. And Aisha has one last thing to say.
Catch us on Twitter. We're working on the Facebook. We have a Pinterest. We have email. And we just with you guys.
You can catch us on Facebook, not Facebook. Twitter on Brown Girls Guide. That's at Twitter. We also have an Instagram, which is also, I think, Brown Girls Guide. And our email, if you want to reach us, is askbrowngirls@gmail.com. And
Facebook. And the website.
And yeah, so I think we're done, and we'll see you guys later. Naisha will stop making funny faces, and her dog won't bite her. So
Bite me. Just like
bye, people. She has to press the button.
freaking-
So long farewell.
I do.